Don't know what happened there. That was my music. You gotta love it. All right, good evening, friends. Good evening. Let me just get things set up here real quickly for tonight's podcast show here. All right. This is, of course, the Transformation Greatness and the Small Business Network podcast. And we're here live tonight. My name is Troy. They call me Mentor Troy. I'm always a man of meaningful conversations and positive energy, as you can see up there. All right. So tonight, I've got something really interesting that I want to share with you tonight. All right. This is a quote from Jimmy Buffett. It is my topic. Hey, brother. What's up there, Sean? What's up, my friend? What is up? So I'm going to be talking about this quote, and I'm going to be breaking it down into kind of bite sizes so that we can understand a little bit more, because a lot of people, when you see this quote, they're like, they can go in different ways, and everyone accepts it in their own way. That's the crazy part, right? Everyone creates it in their own way, right? Yes. Welcome to the Small Business Network podcast. That's right. Got me some coffee going on. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday night. Great Thursday night. It is crazy, and so we're really excited for you to be here. So my name is Troy Rivera. I am a mindset coach. I am a life coach. I'm just an overall coach of meaningful conversations and positive energy. And I'm just here doing my first podcast with the Transformation Greatness, as well as the Small Business Network podcasts. A lot of people are a part of this, and I just want to give a shout out to all my fellow colleagues in the Small Business Network podcast. So both ladies and men in the group. So welcome. All right, so let me give you a little backstory about this particular quote for tonight's topic. So the topic I put here is, it's from Jimmy Buffett, and it's, I'd rather die when I'm living than live when I'm dead. All right, I saw that quote in a book that I'm reading, and the book that I'm reading is called Universe a T, right? It's universe, the word universe dash a T. So it's kind of like university, but they break it down into universe dash a T. So, and when I was reading it, it's really, I just finished the very first chapter, all right? Finished the very first chapter, and this quote stood out to me. And I was like, okay, this quote makes a lot of sense. And the way the person wrote it, and the way they described it, is like, I need to break that down a little bit more. I need to bring it down, everything more, everything. What's up, Dr. James? What's up, my brother? It's good to see you as well, my friends. Good to see you, right? Just getting things lined in order in life. And so in this book that I'm reading, it's called The Universe T, I saw this quote. Jimmy Buffett says, I'd rather die when I'm living than live when I'm dead. All right? And so I want to break it down into easier and understanding parts. I want to use some analogies and life examples on this to kind of just really break it down. Hello, Kimberly. Hello. Welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome to the show. So we're going to really look at tonight's podcast is basically going to be, we're going to look at this quote a little bit more in depth, right? Because it's very powerful. It's a very powerful quote. That's one thing I love about quotes is when you read them, you can take it for face value, but you got to really sit down and you've got to set with it, right? You got to set with it and let it and see what it brings to you, right? See how it connects with you and what does it bring. So that's what we're doing here tonight. So I'm going to start off with the first part. The first part of the quote again is from Jimmy Buffett, and it is, I'd rather die when I'm living than live when I'm dead. Okay? I know, Kimberly, I'm big on quotes, girl. I'm big on quotes. All right, so let's look at the first part. I'd rather die when I'm living. Okay, what does that really mean? What's the real thoughts behind that? Okay, I'm just putting my notes up here. So what does that really mean? Well, this part, when you're looking at it as I'd rather die when I'm living, suggests that the person would prefer to experience a meaningful and purposeful, fulfilling life rather than merely existing without purpose. Set with that for a bit, right? Set that with a bit. When you're thinking of the first part of the quote, I'd rather die when I'm living, this prefers that the person would rather experience a meaningful and fulfilling life rather than just merely existing without purpose. Let that set with you for a bit. How many of you know your purpose? How many of you are living a life that is meaningful and fulfilling? Because I can tell you right now, I know a few people. I know many people, but I can tell you about a few people that I know that are living, that are just existing. They're just existing. right? They're just existing. And when I see those people, I gravitate to, I want to reach out and say, I know that you're just living to exist, but you can't do that. You can't live just to exist. You got to live to experience the meaningful and fulfilling purpose of your life. And so that first part is strong. So think about this. Imagine a person who loves playing a musical instrument. Okay? Imagine a person who loves playing a musical instrument. They'd rather put their heart and soul into their music while they're alive and passionate about it, right? But if they knew better, they would do better. Exactly, right? And that's where you have to wake them up, Kim. That's the hard part. You have to wake them up. So they'd rather put their heart and soul into their music while they're alive and passionate about it, rather than just going through the motions and playing mechanically without any real enjoyment. They want to feel alive and vibrant through their music. So we're talking about a musician who just doesn't take out an instrument and just play it. They play it with passion and heart in their soul. And that's the fun part, because I love musicians, right? We just found out yesterday, of course, nationwide, worldwide, that one of the greatest legends, the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, passed away. God rest her soul. She was such a great woman. But you can see that when she sang with heart and soul and passion. So she was living with her purpose. She was living her fulfilling life. She just didn't show up to exist. She didn't just go on stage and just sing. Right? She just didn't go on stage and just sing. She sang. All right? There's a difference. There's a difference. But I've seen people that will just show up and they just do. And I can tell right away, like, yeah. You're just doing this to exist. You're just doing this because you know the monetary part about it, right? Monetary part about it. You're just not doing it because you're loving it and you're passionate about it, right? If they knew better, just because they already doesn't mean they're already emotionally ready. It's true. It's true. It's because of the 4 agreements. You can't wake anybody up. People have to be woke up by themselves. A true legend. Super sad she lived her life. I know exactly, right? True. And it makes me think of Mel Robbins. A friend of mine, a real good friend of mine, yesterday shared with me a little reel snippet from Mel Robbins. I'm a big fan of Mel Robbins as well. I love her teachings and just some of the stuff that she shares. And Mel Robbins she was sharing with her learning about the let them theory, right? And this kind of goes to what we're talking about. I can sit down with a person and really try to push them and say, you got to discover your purpose. I can't tell you what your purpose is, my friend. I know what my purpose is: meaningful conversations and positive energy. That's my purpose. All right? I found it, and I'm living it. I'm passionate about it. All right? I love doing it. And the thing about it is, like when I was with Sean and we did an interview, is as a coach, is that I'm not going to charge. I'm not going to be about like, oh, so if you really want to have a meaningful conversation with me and positive energy, my friend, you got to open the checkbook or get to that bank card and this is what you got to pay for it. No. I always say those are the bonuses. Because the bonuses come from what I'm passionate about. And this is something that fulfills my life, is just sharing these messages. Sharing, doing the podcasts, doing that. I like that they let me, exactly, right? Yeah, exactly. And so she talks about the let them theory. You can sit down and try to make a person change. But if they're not going to, and they're not going to listen to you, and not going to hear the words you're saying, just let them. Let them. Right? Let them. And I love that. And that goes to this part right here. It goes to the very first part. I'd rather die when I'm living. Right? I'd rather have this passionate, this fulfillment to do the things, to make the things happen. Share what you know. I'm big on that. That's why the universe is so abundant to me. That's why these blessings that I have in my life is because I share. I share whatever I gain. Okay? I share whatever I gain. That's how I function. All right? Share what I gain. Because I always think about this idea that I don't want to gain all this, put it into a vault, save it, lock it up, Because one day I'm going to open that vault because I was becoming stingy with it. Then when I open it up, it's just turned into dust. What could have been something to share with everyone in the world has now just become dust, right? And I don't do that. All right, so that's that first part. I'd rather die when I'm living. The second part is, then live when I'm dead. Then live when I'm dead. Now, this emphasizes that it's better to be truly, it's better to truly live and make a difference while alive than rather waiting for the death to bring meaning or purpose. It's about actively engaging with life, pursuing dreams, and leaving a positive impact. There is this YouTube video that I love, and it actually brings me to tears every time I hear it. Every time I watch it, it brings me to tears. And I still don't know if it's Nightingale who does the narration of it, or it's one of my mentors, which is Les Brown, if he's the one that does the narration on it. But basically, it's the recording of, and I think it's Nightingale. It's the recording of the gentleman's on his deathbed, and he's got all these phantoms surrounded by him, right? And those phantoms are not his ancestors. They're not his descendants. They're all his dreams, his passions standing around him. And they share and they tell him because he was fearful, because he was holding back. He wasn't living the meaningful and purposeful life. Because he was only existing. They were never brought to discovery. They were never shared. No one ever got to see them. And now because he's on his deathbed and getting ready to transition, no one's going to ever know them. No one's going to ever hear of them. And they're going to transition with him. Right? And it goes to that. So again, then the second part of the quote is, then live when I'm dead. Again, it's better to live a life, make a difference while you're alive and living, rather than wait for death to bring the meaning or the purpose. I tell you about that. Here's an example. Let's consider an inventor who's had an amazing idea for groundbreaking inventions. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to speak some truth to me. I'm going to coach myself tonight, friends. I'm going to coach myself tonight, friend. So an inventor has this amazing idea for a groundbreaking invention. They don't want to wait until they're gone and someone else discovers and develops idea. Instead, they want to bring their invention to life, contribute to society, and witness the impact of their creation, and while they're still alive. How many of you have sat there and said, I have this crazy idea. I have this crazy idea. But you never act on it. I have this wonderful thought. But you never act on it. Because sometimes we're waiting for the right moment, and there is never going to be the right moments. The right moment is acting now. Doing it now. What's up, Valerie? That's it. Okay? So that's where it comes to this. Don't wait for perfect timing. If you're going to sit on your couch in your home and you're going to wait for the right moment, for the conditions, the stars have to be aligned, the weather has to be this perfect temperature. You know, it's not like we're cooking candy, making treats for our holidays, where the temperature has to be just right before the sugar will either burn, but we want it to crystallize. We have to wait for that right moment for it to happen, right? Well, that's for that process. But if we hold on to life thinking that's how everything functions, we are going to be falling into the trap of just existing and not living. That's why I always tell people, live your life, don't let it live you. Right? That's one of my favorite quotes. Live your life, don't let it live you. Because if you let it live you, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Your passions are going to be stuffed under the carpet. They're going to be stepped on. They're going to be trampled. Or they're going to be thrown out with the wind. And they're going to be like feathers in the wind, just flying away. And you're going to be chasing them. When you have the grasp in them and you say, I'm in control of this, right? So when we combine these two parts, I'd rather die when I'm living than live when I'm dead. It encourages us to seize the present moment. Carpe diem. I hope I always say that wrong, but you know what I mean. Carpe diem. Seize the present moment. Embrace life with passion and make meaningful impact while they have the opportunity. It's not about postponing dreams, passions, and purpose until it's too late. Holy moly. Jimmy Buffett knew this. If you've ever been to a Jimmy Buffett concert, you know, or if you've ever gone to one, when the concerts existed, you know he sang with passion. He was following this. He was doing all of this. He wasn't waiting for the right moment. And I've been guilty of that. It's called procrastination. It's called resistance. It's called all of that. Right? It's called all of that. But that's where it's at, my friend. That's where it's at. We've got to pull ourselves out of this. I don't know how to describe it. Like I don't want to say darkness or anything. We got to pull ourselves out of our own way. We have to move ourselves out of our own way. We're getting in our own way. We have to pull ourselves to the side. We're going to have that tough conversation and say, friend, a way to do that is mirror work. Look in the mirror and say, hold up. We got to have a conversation. Stop. Stop. What's up, Dr. James? Good to see you too. Stop. We got to hold off on that. You and I need to have a conversation, friend. And this is mirror work. This is something that you don't have to talk to a friend. You do this with yourself in the mirror. And you got to say, you and I, let's talk. All right. Are you living to exist? Are you living to make a difference, to experience life to the fullest? Are you having purpose? What are you doing? Don't lie to me, friend, because I already know the truth of you. And again, this is mirror work. This is you looking at the mirror. This is you looking into your eyes where the soul is at and you having this difficult conversation. And this is you telling yourself, all right, am I living to exist or am I living with meaningful purpose? Am I passionate about what I'm doing? Is there something I want to do that scares the living daylights out of me that I'm so afraid to even try? I'm so afraid to risk it because I don't know what to expect, the unknown. Because if you are doing that, you're never going to know what's on the other side of the unknown area. What's up, cousin? What's up, primo? Right? That's it, my friend. Or are you going to tell yourself in the mirror, you're going to have that conversation and say, you know what, when I get up every morning, I live to exist. Yeah, I'm going to let life live me. I'm not going to live the I'm going to let my life live me. That's up to you. I can't make you. Right? I could sit here, I could set up a session with you, I could set up a call with you, we could get together and have a conversation, but at the very end of it all, excuse me, the very end of it all, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's the question I have for you. What are you going to do? Are you going to shift it and start living the life that you want? You're going to start making your dreams happen? You're going to start making those passions exist? Are you going to bring that purpose? Or are you just going to postpone everything because you're going to say, I have to wait. Oh, I have to wait till I have this number of digits in my income. I have to wait until the conditions of owning this particular item, car, home. Because when I have that or when I have this, then that's when I can do it. So that's what you're waiting for. I really want you to take this quote. I want you to write down this quote. I want you to put this quote on your mirror in the bathroom. I want you to put this quote by your fridge. I want you to put this quote multiple places in your home. I'd rather die when I'm living than live when I'm dead. I'd rather live my passionate life right now, this moment, than wait until it comes close to the end, postponing everything, dreams, passions, purpose, before it's too late. Friends, each and every day is not guaranteed. You are guaranteed the day that when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes and before you plant your feet on the ground, you are guaranteed that day. But there also comes a warning label with that day. Just because you're guaranteed that day, things can change. before you go back to bed, and you're guaranteed another day. I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm being realistic. That's how I live my life. Every day is a gift. Every day is a blessing. Every day is an opportunity to do what I need to do. Every day is my passion of meaningful conversations and positive energy. Because if I say I'm going to wait till next week to do that, and I'm coaching myself tonight, if I say that, I'm not living this quote. I'm living to exist. I'm not living to have a meaningful and purposeful and fulfillment life. So the question for you tonight, as we come to a close here on the Transformation Greatness and the Small Business Network podcast, what choice, what decision are you going to make when this video comes to an end? What are you going to do? Are you going to live to exist? Or are you going to start living the purpose, the passion, and the meaningful life that is yours? That is yours. All right, friends, that's going to do it for tonight here on the Transformation Greatness as well as the Small Business Network podcast. My name is Mentor Troy. Again, thank you for tuning in tonight. I will be back again sometime, hopefully next week as well. Got to look at my schedule and everything, but a shout out to all my brothers and sisters in the Small Business Network podcast, as well as to my brother Sean and Dr. James. A big shout out to them and everything for giving me this opportunity and space to share with you tonight. If you have any comments or questions, just put them in the comments. Direct message me, ask me questions. Like I said, I am a life coach. I really focus on the mindset because that's where it is. As you can see, mindset matters. And so my name is Troy Rivera. I go by Mentor Troy. You can check out more information here on my Facebook page, and we'll see you soon, my friends.